Rubix Talent Kids.
Hi friends, my name is Nidhish. Today I will be explaining you the topic balancing a chemical equation. So why should we learn this topic? This is a very important topic in chemistry. This topic will come for you from 6th to intermediate. This topic is very important and it will also be helpful in your IIT. Now let's learn about balancing chemical equations. So friends, now let's see what is a balanced chemical equation. So for example, let's take an equation. So let's take N2 plus H2 form NH3. So here these two parts, these two are known as reactants, and this part is called product. So now we read the equation as nitrogen combines with hydrogen to form NH3. So what is a balanced chemical equation? Here on this side we have nitrogen 2 atoms, and on this side we have nitrogen as 1 atom, because here nothing is written, so we take it as 1. So here we have 2 atoms and here we have 1 atom. Here for hydrogen we have 2 atoms and here for hydrogen we have 3 atoms. What is a balanced chemical equation is the question. Now here a balanced chemical equation is the equation which has the same number of atoms of every element as the product side and the reactant side. So we'll take this as the left hand side and this as the right hand side. So this is LHS and this is RHS. So here nitrogen has 2 atoms and hydrogen has 2 atoms, and here nitrogen has 1 atom and hydrogen has 3 atoms. If nothing is written, we take it as 1. So here nitrogen has 2 and here nitrogen has 1. So here 2 doesn't equal to 1. So this is not balanced. And also hydrogen has 2 and hydrogen on the RHS has 3. So 2 doesn't equal to 3. So this is also not balanced. So totally this equation is not balanced, because the reactant side and the product side both should have the same number of atoms, but this equation doesn't have. So this is not a balanced chemical equation. So we have learned what is a balanced chemical equation. Now let's see why to balance a chemical equation. There are some laws on balancing a chemical equation. According to that, there is a law. So that law is law of conservation of mass. This law states that mass can neither created nor destroyed in a chemical. So friends, the law of conservation of mass, this law states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical equation. So now let's see in a chemical equation how this law is useful and why it is used. So friends, here is a equation. So here we have hydrogen has 2 atoms on this side and oxygen has 2 atoms. Also hydrogen on the right hand side also has 2 atoms and oxygen has 1 atom. According to this law, on the both sides of the equation there should be the same number of atoms. So here we have 2 atoms and here also we have 2 atoms. Here we can say that hydrogen and hydrogen have the same number of atoms, but oxygen on the reactant side has 2 atoms and on the product side has 1 atom. So here we have two atoms in which one atom is transferred to this side. What happens to the another atom? So that law states that we cannot create or destroy mass in a chemical equation. But here one atom is lost. So which means an atom is destroyed. So we cannot make this equation as itself like this. So we cannot write this equation. In the same way, we have to balance it. To balance it, both the sides must have the same number of atoms. Now let's see how we can balance these chemical equations. So first, write the number of elements and how many atoms they have. So here hydrogen has 2 atoms and oxygen also has 2 atoms. Here hydrogen has 2 atoms and oxygen has 1 atom. So here it has only one. Oxygen has 1 atom. So we write 2 over here. So which means that oxygen has, writing here 2 means that this 2 multiplies the number of atoms of each element. So here oxygen 1 atom is getting doubled. So this equals 2 atom. 2 and 2 balanced. But this 2 also applies to this hydrogen. So 2 into 2 which equals to 4. Now hydrogen is unbalanced. So we balance it again by writing 2 over here. So now this is balanced. And if there's nothing, you should write 1. So finally this equation is balanced. So now let's see some more examples on how to balance a chemical equation. So friends, this is a chemical equation. Here silver oxide divides to form silver and oxygen. We have to balance this chemical equation. Now let's see how. Write the number of atoms for each element. Nothing written, so we will take it as 1. Here 2. Silver also, silver on the product side has 1 atom. Oxygen has 2. Oxygen has 2. And on this side oxygen has 1. So none of these are balanced. First let's start off by balancing the silver. So here we have 2 silver and here we have 1 silver. So we write 2 into 2 which equals to 2. So silver and silver, it's balanced. And here we have to get it multiplied by 2 to make it balanced. So we write 2. Here the 2 also multiplies with the silver. So into 2 which equals to 4. Then we have to again multiply this with 2 to make it balanced. So we multiply it with 2 again. So here we should not write 2, we should write 4 instead. So this is the balanced chemical equation. This is the balanced equation. Now let's see a few more examples. So this is the unbalanced chemical equation. We have to balance this chemical equation. So we'll write all the elements. So we have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So we have here 3 atoms of carbon, 8 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen on the reactant side, and on the product side carbon has 1 atom, hydrogen has 2 and oxygen has 3 atoms. I will tell you why. See, here there are 2 oxygens. Here is the first one and here is the second one. So we should add the number of atoms of these 2 parts. So we will get 3. We have to balance this. So first let's start by balancing the carbon. So into 3, carbon is balanced. Hydrogen into 4, 8. Again hydrogen is balanced. So here into 3 and into 4. This 3 multiplies with the 2 2 into 3 plus 4 into 1. Now if we simplify this, we will get 10. So to balance this, we write 5 over here. Now we have balanced this chemical equation. So this is a unbalanced chemical equation. So we have to make it balanced. By the way, this equation has a big process. So do it properly. So carbon on the reactant side has 8 atoms and hydrogen also has 18 atoms. Oxygen has 2 atoms. This side carbon has 1 atom. Hydrogen has 2 atoms. Oxygen has 2 plus 1 which equals to 3 atoms. 2 plus 1 which equals to 3 atoms. So first carbon has 8 and carbon has 8 on this side and carbon has 1 on this side. So 8. So carbon is balanced. Then we go with hydrogen. So 18 and 2. So we will multiply this with 9. We get 18. So this is also balanced. So now let's see. 2 into 8 plus 9 into 1. So now this equals to 25. 25. We cannot balance these two, so we double this side, this one. So we write 16 and here we write 18. Then 16 carbon would become 16 into 1. Now we take 16 and we multiply it, so we get 16 carbon atoms and 36 hydrogen atoms. Then we multiply 16 instead of 8 and 18 instead of 9. Then we get the answer as 50. So we have to balance the carbon, so we write 2. 2 into 8 which gives 16. 16 and 16 balanced. Into 2 again we get 36. This is also balanced. Now only oxygen is not balanced. So we write 2 into 25 equals 50. Now it's balanced, so 25. Now this is solved. Thank you friends, that's today's video. I hope this video helps you in learning balancing chemical equations. So friends, I will give you some questions. Practice them. These questions will help you learn balancing chemical equations better. You must practice many questions to master balancing chemical equations. Here are the questions. Solve them and keep them in the comment section. If you have any doubts, keep them too in the comment section. I will definitely answer them. And meet you again in the next video.